Hello, everybody. My name is Chris Wood. I am 52 years old. I am a full 5-year revenge retaliation, skull split, brain injury, body mutilation, lung and kidney damage, medical blacklist, treatment refusals, discrimination, kidnap, sex assault, torture, slave traffic, full physical identity theft victim, attempted homicide, through Lennox and Addington, Ontario Provincial Police, 5 years revenge retaliation. O.p.p, who are guilty of homicides, attempted homicides, slave traffickers guilty of hate crimes, homicides, stalking, tortures with criminal doctors in Napanee and accomplices. Ex-Chief or Commander, year 2019, drove a white Jeep Wrangler before he left Napanee, had me shot on the corner of Bridge and Center Street. Staff Sergeant, years 2019-2021. Constable Ward, Shannon Cork, Robert Lucas, Dave Weiss. Stacy, a mental health worker, was Napanee Daily Tea Company, now Kingston AMHS, and Shelley Hafner or Huffner. They are O.p.p, human traffickers, sex slavery traffickers, extortion, false arrest, arrest refusals, lies, time buying, cover ups, stalking, tortures, and murders. My mother was killed also. Dr. Tatiana V, aka Margie V, name and file falsifier, medical blacklister. Her last name is Tatiana Viladikova or something like that. She's a Queens medical doctor and Lennox and Addington County General Hospital, girlfriend to Stacy. She is the one that falsified my medical files. She is the one that caused my medical blacklisting, and she is the one that is guilty of attempted homicide and covering up all crimes to me over the course of 5 years. The injuring, the torturing, the medical blacklisting, complete total skull deforming, brain injuring, body mutilation, sex assaults through Ontario through O.p.p staff sergeants and their one accomplice who is a possible inmate escapee walkaway named Stephen Maven. He has many alias names: Stephen Maven or Mavis, Robert Cross, James Bubbles, Harry Potter, he goes by even. He thinks that he and I were switched at birth. He believes that he is my dad, and he was stalking my mother and calling my mother mom. He also goes by Bill Woldridge, Bill Coolidge, Bill Delarosable as well, many alias names. He was stalking children for ex-O.p.p chief or commander at Tim Hortons for sex slavery trafficking. Approximately 70 years old, bald glasses, and alleged Hells Angels Ontario chapter captain, his words. Blair Frederick Hardy, he is guilty of identity theft with the intent to commit identity fraud. He is a meth trafficker. He is guilty of multiple homicides. He is guilty of torture crimes, and he is guilty of murders and attempted murder on me. And they are also guilty of criminally stalking and causing my mother's death in 2020 through Spencer Mills 14716 and Stacy, the mental health worker that's now Kingston AMHS. There is Bert the Hitman Hustler, who is alleged NHL hockey player for the Philadelphia Flyers and Hartford Whalers. He's guilty of torture crimes, my identity theft. He is guilty of attempted murder, brain injuring, and attempted murder. Jason Gimpy Two-Step Van Alstyne, he is guilty of my identity theft with the intent to commit identity disability and insurance fraud. He is guilty of multiple homicides, guilty of attempted murder on me. He is guilty of selling laced fentanyl for the purpose of committing overdose murders, which are being covered up. Robert Berry, he is a sex slave trafficker. He is a truck driver. He is a possible serial killer. Brandon Berry, he is guilty of attempted homicide. He is guilty of torture crimes against me. Raymond LeBlanc, he is a child groomer, he is a criminal stalker, he is guilty of brain injuring me, and he is guilty of attempted murder with intent. Tyler T. Lake, he is guilty of attempted murder, he is guilty of torture crimes against me, he is guilty of torturing and killing my dog in 2023 with the one Raymond LeBlanc, the one I just named. Harry Hartwick, he is a child groomer, approximately 85 years old. He's guilty of sex assault. He's guilty of torture crimes, even on me as a child. He's guilty of brain injuring, skull deforming, and guilty of attempted murder on me. His nephew, Dale Hartwick, he is guilty of injuring, torturing. He's guilty of attempted murder with the intent to commit for drop charges through O.p.p. for a stabbing he committed against his wife or ex-wife's boyfriend. And Tony Anthony Axel Rose Hearns, Dale Hartwick's wife or husband, who is guilty of torture crimes, who's guilty of being involved with my identity theft, and I can prove how. He's guilty of attempted paralyzing me and guilty of attempted homicide with the intent to commit. These are O.p.p. and Napanee drug-fed, money-paid accomplices. They are all ex-inmates. They are all sex offenders. They are all child molesters. They are all drug addicts, junkies, and they are all accomplices, drug traffickers, sex slave traffickers, and guilty of torture, homicides with and for Lennox and Addington, Ontario provincial police that are being covered up. 5 years revenge retaliation and going through this for speaking of O.p.p. crimes, the lies, the time buying, the cover-ups, the time has been bought, medically blacklisted. This is how O.p.p. assure their crimes when people go murdered and missing or missing at all. It is through Ontario provincial police, and it is through their accomplices. It is through very seriously dangerous doctors at the hospitals. I cannot get medical help. My medical rights, my legal rights, my human rights have been taken. I cannot get medical help in the province of Ontario now. Compliments of this. I have to go to either Quebec, down east, or Manitoba. All I did was speak O.p.p. crimes, and I became a 5-year victim of very seriously dangerous pieces of shit who were nothing more than fall-down junkie accomplices to O.p.p. 52 years old, and I have been through full physical identity theft, which I can and 100% proven, along with serious body mutilations and other damages that have been done to me through the cops, through doctors, and their accomplices. This is an O.p.p. sex slavery trafficker. He goes by the name Bert the Hitman Hustler. He's an alleged NHL hockey player for the Philadelphia Flyers and Hartford Whalers. He is guilty of attempted murder with intent to commit. He is a meth trafficker now. This guy here, he's the one known as Bill Woldridge with the one stock that killed my mother in 2020. He's guilty of identity theft, attempted homicide, and murdering my mother. Brandon Berry, he is guilty of attempted murder. This is Bert Hustler again. To get a good look at him, he's very seriously dangerous. He thinks he's an ex-NHL hockey player for the Philadelphia Flyers and Hartford Whalers. He has serious drug delusions. Raymond LeBlanc, he is a child groomer and a criminal stalker, guilty of torture crimes and attempted murder. Blair Hardy and the one known as Bill Wooldridge, Robert Cross, the one with many alias names. These are pictures of both of them. They are all guilty of homicides in Napanee for the cops. And they're all above laws $22,000 to have them arrested. And I'm also going to show you the deforming and serious mutilations I've been through as well. These are all O.p.p. accomplices, and they're all unarrestable. And they're all very seriously dangerous. They are guilty of hate crimes. They are guilty of human trafficking, sex slavery trafficking, my full physical identity theft, skull splitting, body mutilations, murders, and attempted murders in Napanee for the cops. Remember this. And now I'm going to show some of the serious mutilations I've been through. My head completely flattened. Body mutilations. And these pictures are all 100% real too. There's nothing fucking fake about any of them. These have all been done to me. I've been going through this for 5 years and getting my brain actually burned out of my fucking, getting my brain burned out daily and my skull being deformed. No matter how much you can prove crimes, no matter how much you can prove anything in Napanee, it is not good enough. This is how O.p.p. are committing their fucking crimes, and this is how they are getting away with it as well. Full, actual, real identity changes I've been through. How O.p.p. are trafficking, framing, and murdering. They're committing full physical identity theft. They are lobotomizing their fucking victims. They are lying. They are buying time. They are having their victims medically blacklisted. Lies about long criminal records and histories. Lies about drugs. Lies about being suicidal, self-harmer, and a lot of other bullshit lies that they are using their badges, positions, and credentials and getting away with it, casting against their victims. Never speak O.p.p. crimes. Your family will be killed. Your animals will be killed. You will be completely deformed. You will be falsely arrested so the police can commit forgeries, framings, and frauds against you. False arrest in an attempt to criminalize you, in an attempt to get away with the crimes that they are getting away with. As I said, no matter how much you can prove crimes in Napanee, it is no good. Damages are done. Anytime O.p.p. want to pay to exhume my dad in Deserano, Ontario because of the crimes against me, I'm more than willing to let them. as it stands right now, Jason Gimpy Two-Step Van Alstyne, Blair Frederick Hardy, the one known as Robert Cross, Tyler Lake, and Bert Hustler, and Raymond LeBlanc. I want them arrested and I want them charged for my identity theft, torture crimes, hate crimes, slave trafficking, murders, and attempted murders, all with and for O.p.p. in Napanee. I don't have the $22,000 to get it done. Look at how much my skull's been. If this can happen to me, how many others is it being done to? Congratulations, Spencer Mills 14716. You are a very seriously dangerous, murdering piece of shit, along with Robert Kane and your untouchables. As I said, when people go missing, it is hate crimes, it is slave trafficking, it is identity thefts, and it is murders that are being covered up with ex-inmates and accomplice drug addict pieces of shit lowlives. This is very serious, and I hope it's taken and seen. Hit the like, share, subscribe, especially share, because they are getting away with murders, attempted murders, identity thefts, torture crimes, and other very serious stuff in Napanee. Cops, accomplices, damages are done, O.p.p. And Dr. Tatiana V., you are a serial killer. You are the next Elizabeth Wetlauer, or whatever her name is. I hold you responsible for medically blacklisting me. You are a serial killer doctor and you are very seriously dangerous.